Revengi, I like to call it.
Revengi. So again, we don't want to. We're not going to pontificate too much.
Nah,
we're going to come see you at the end. We want to get right back into Virtus.Pro and Mousesports. 4-1 right now is the score. And again, same thing. Last map, loser goes home. Winner makes a semifinal spot. James, Henry G, take us through that last map of the night.
Did I just hear a brap in there?
Yeah, I kind of lost it at that point, but there we go.
So we are about to go into train here, and again, Mousesports are on the T side. They're currently 4-1 up, and here we go. The bomb is down, and Snacks is in a difficult situation. So looks like we're headed towards 5, and I don't think he'll be stealing himself a gun anytime soon. So maybe we can have a quick look at the scoreboard and see exactly what is going down here. So Snacks yet to find a frag, actually. We can see that Virtus.Pro won the pistol, and then they've lost 5 rounds in a row since then.
Wow, okay. Well, we've kind of caught up exactly what's going on. Now we're jumping into the 7th round, and we can see a full buy coming from VP. Obviously on the favoured side of D-Train here, they want to be getting a nice, healthy score on this point, so they want to get back into this one. We know they're very strong on D-Train. It's one of the maps they actually favour. They've got some very good strats here. Taz is one of the most feared players inside as well, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do in this position now. He's got some confrontation. Yeah,
worth noting, Taz, somebody known for having the signature M4A4. I think actually he switches between the M4 and the silence between all the maps. But he is using the silence on train, of course, as it is one of the key things to abuse on this map from the CT's point of view. So we've got 2 Virtus.Pro players towards the alley. We'll see if they go for a push there. It's not every round that you see the T's push in that direction, so it's fairly viable for the CTs to try and go for a flank in that area. But you saw Mousesports just waiting until the 1-minute mark to see if a flank was coming in. There is no flank, and they're starting to move elsewhere now. It looks like they could go for a split towards A from T-Main and Pop Dog. And there's going to be a bit of distraction running in Pop Dog. Loads of nades coming out from main, but I think the rotation's going to head over towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like a little bit of a distraction there, and they will be making their way back to the inside side here. The bomb is ready on lower ramp. 29 seconds remaining as well. This is it. Next execution has to be that last one. Yeah,
the entire team is there, and I think we might be seeing a bit of a rotation from Virtus.Pro towards B. But now, Mousesports going for maybe a double fake here as they're going back to Team Main after rotating all the way towards B. No frags for either team just yet. There are 13 seconds here for Mousesports to get a plant, and they haven't even found a frag. Pasha taking down Dennis. Chris J moving through the flames here to try and get his team an advantage. Speedy and Next will be the ones to take down the Virtus.Pro players. Next on the site gets insta-traded by Gob B. Neo and Taz to try and do this for their team now. Somehow Mousesports made it work with so little time left on the clock. And this is such a hard map to go for a retake, even after, say, 5 seconds. Neo seeing the bait there, but there's nothing he can do versus 3 players now.
Or is there? He's just going to have to save that AWP, isn't he? You can see his HP is on 8 there. And picks up another consolation kill. That's going to be it now. Godby is going to be trying to hunt him down there. He knows he's low, and he should be able to make this frag here. It's going to be really close, and Neo does manage to take down the rest of the team, but it's going to be in vain as Mousesports pick up their 6th round there. And that was actually a really cool round from them. The fact they did a double fake here. I'm always saying the teams aren't being very creative currently on train. I still think it's in its infancy. And the fact they went out and just baited everything out with their smokes and their Molotovs, but allowed the CTs to try to throw everything back as well. Went towards inside there, kind of looked like it was a fake, and then actually ran back to outside through Pop Dog. That was a really good way, and they actually got the bomb down by the skin of their teeth there. I think it was about 5 seconds left on the clock, but that was a really cool move from them. It's going to be a very important round indeed as we go into the A point here. A very fast main execution.
Yeah, there are more nades there than the military training exercise. And now Virtus.Pro, Shocker North, 3 frags coming in very quickly. A Molotov trade coming in. Chris Shea being the beneficiary. Next, Gob B going to find a frag onto Barley. Left with 8 HP, will pick up the bomb, but how long can he hold it for? Spitty trying to hold down the angle, but Pass is going to come in and shoot him in the face from close distance. So Virtus.Pro finally get another round on the board here, surviving with 3 players.
Yeah, nice quick round there. We've seen a lot of teams do that on train at the moment. Like, it seems to be a very viable strategy to go out main together, smokes over the top of the start of the round, and you're just relying on your entry frag players to make those kills. Fortunately for VP, though, they're able to lock it down quite early on. Quite a comfortable round for them, but in the grand scheme of things, they're in a very difficult position. 6-2 down on the CT side of train is not where you want to be. You want to be getting at least 10 rounds on this half, so they've got a great mountain to climb here, and quite a similar round coming out from us. So you can see that next, the strongest player on Mouse arguably is actually out here, and Chris J opens up a kill onto Bialy.
So train looking like a difficult map, still a developing map, but this is absolute madness. Chris J through the bomb site itself into the face of Neo. Close casket funeral for him. Can the rest of the team hold? It is possible for Virtus.Pro to claw their way back in with a few fast frags. Got B with a kill through the smoke, however. Will put Virtus.Pro in a horrible situation, and this is looking horrible. Taz and Pasha, the only two remaining now. Only one frag so far. And the bomb is down in the middle of the site. There's still lots of time left for Mousesports to get back into this. Pasha coming in aggressive, but he could be flanked. He's got to be careful. Oh, Taz finding another frag. Taz, with 2 frags, has made this a 2 versus 2, and the bomb is still down in the middle of the site. Trying to change his position. The flank will come in from Dennis, leaving Pasha alone. And again, he's been firing off tons of bullets at the end of the site, and he will need to reset his position coming from where Taz just fell.
Yeah, he's got the AWP to retake this. He did have an AK on the floor there, opted to stay with the AWP, and this is going to be a very important frag now. They don't seem to know he's there, and that is the one. He misses the shot, and that's going to be a round in a favour again for Mousesports, and that's going to be very difficult for VP to get back into this one now. After winning the previous round, they only get $1,400 there. You can see Taz is selling quite a nice amount of cash. He could force up a 5-7 armor perhaps, and the rest of the team won't be able to buy much. You can see them there that Taz won't get the armor. He probably wants to save up for the AWP for his teammate next round.
That was really unfortunate for Pasha because he heard the player running to his direction. He took a step just to try and get the early peek, but the player, knowing no one was behind him, just stopped running and made Pasha miss the shot. And this means Virtus.Pro are on the eco now. So we should be looking at 8-2 Mousesports. We have a few P250s, so again, train with a lot of small corners. Maybe Virtus.Pro can do something here. The Jack in the Box will manage to escape on this occasion. Going for another peek as well. Very cheeky indeed. Still early days. That just looks hilarious to see on the X-ray. Snack's going up and down, but he's going to make his escape.
Just Mousesports playing this very comfortably here. They know they don't have to overcommit to anything. They can just work out and ascertain where the CTs are playing from. Go out together, go frag for frag, and that's exactly what they do here. Next should pick up the frag out. I would assume he's going to check every single angle here. And as I say that, he does get taken down, unfortunately for him. But there is his teammate to get the frag back and get them back in the driving seat here. And this is where they want to go out together, get the bomb down, and comfortably take this one.
Dink straight onto the head of Speedy, leaving him with 25 HP. 4 versus 4, 35 seconds left, and now the man advantage goes away Virtus.Pro, but they haven't picked up any guns yet, saying that Neo picks up the AK, and Mousesports are going to head over towards the B bomb site with one player running distraction. That's going to be Chris J. He's let one of the players out of his grip, and he will hide behind electric box and dance with Neo. The more time he can waste, the better. Neo will finally get the better of him. Pasha should get Dennis. Dennis doesn't have enough health, but they're going to look the wrong way at the wrong time. Dennis finding the frag. He probably should have gone down there. And again, there's no kit on the final Virtus.Pro player. That is Neo going through the flame carpet there. Will leave him with 20 HP. So he pretty much has to go for the save here. Yep. And I think he'll go and retrieve Chris J's AWP.
Really nice eco from Virtus.Pro there. The fact they managed to get 3 kills down there, and Pasha could have picked up the 4th onto Dennis as well. I could have gone either way. So great work from them, but unfortunately that was the round they really could have done with converting to a victory. He will manage to save an AWP here, Neo. That's going to be very important. He picked up 3 frags of his own there as well. So good round for Mousesports there. A little bit sloppy perhaps on letting the CTs gain so much positioning on the map when they are holding back. But there you go. That's going to be a full buy now for VP, and they actually have lost the CT half of train. And this is a very difficult situation now. Like, they really do need to convert the rest of these rounds. They want to be looking for 8-7 here. So anything they can do to kind of adapt to the gameplay and get under the skin of Mousesports would be very beneficial to them. So
you can see the CTs always, well, with reasonable spawn, they get the peak from connector into team main earlier than the Ts can get there. We did see earlier on in the life of New Train, CTs opting for an auto sniper in that position, but the Ts are soon wised up to that. And you don't really see that so often. Bayali getting the first frag for the team, but again, these rounds have proven difficult for the Virtus.Pro side. Chris J missing the snap there. We'll leave it Virtus.Pro intact for now. Snacks though, only with a 5-7. We'll look to get a weapon a bit later on. And indeed, we may see him playing in a close position. Indeed, he's just going to play very close. Peeking into team main, firing off a few shots, and then getting out of there, but not with a weapon. 4 players from VP in the A site. Nice. Pasha finding another frag. There are 2 lurkers towards B from Mousesports, and there are 2 waiting on the site from the CTs. There's that common smoke which is carried on from the old train to stop the peak from connector. And again, Virtus.Pro finding so many initial frags here. Look at Taz on the site. He has a very powerful position and should stop any plant from going down. Only Chris J remains, and all Taz has to do is wait for the plant and punish. But he's going to go for the double peek with Pasha, who's hitting all the shots at the moment. And Virtus.Pro will take 3 Oh no, they'll swap out one for the M4 just in time. I thought they were going to take 3 AWPs into the next round.
No, I think the double AWP setup is going to work really well for them. It allows them to control that inside area of one person as well. Perhaps Taz could fall back and go towards the outside bomb site and just back them up. I think this is going to be the best setup for them, and if they want to win the rest of the rounds, it's the one they need to be rolling. We can see Mousesports now. They have one of a force buy here, which is interesting. Considering they've got so many rounds on the board here, like I don't think it's a move they perhaps have to commit to, but there we go. They've gone for the Tech 9s and armor here, looking for a plant just to kind of make up for this deficit if they don't win the round.
Yeah, and they're closing in on the bomb site fast, but the frags are going the way of Virtus.Pro for the moment. There are flashes though all over the place, but still no one down for VP. Pasha gonna spin, take off somebody's head, and Neo will save Pasha from the last player, Dennis, with a headshot of his own from his AWP. So Virtus.Pro charging back into this game, 2 rounds in a row so far.
Yeah, you can see why that was a little questionable for Mousesports to do that one. They will be able to buy next round. Another Tech 9 round for them here. The loss bonus will assist them getting AKs next round. But it looks like a lot of players heading towards the inside area. Maybe they'll go down over Popdog here, or possibly inside. I'd like to see them go inside and kind of test the AWP a little bit. But opting for Popdog, they will get the entry frag onto Snacks. He goes down now. And there are smokes for them to plant as well here. If they can just get out of the choke point of Popdog, they should be able to convert this into something else.
Neo with no fear gonna face on his own with an AWP. Tech 9 coming out there. He's gonna find the first frag, and it should make it hard to plant the bomb. Gobby eventually going to find himself the trade, but Speedy is now the only one remaining. He's got a potential flank going on. He could get a 2-man straight on here. It will only be the one. Bali will continue and pick up the AWP. I'm not sure if Virtus.Pro will find the other one in time. They won't. 2 rounds left, and they've gone to 5-8.
Oh, here we go. They're kind of considering their buy now. They won't be able to get the AWP on Chris J. A player they rely on quite heavily for his sniping ability. Like, we've seen him almost opt to a scout sometimes over a rifle a lot of the time as well. But this tournament, I think he's been absolutely sensational. I think Mousesports have been a real fundamental success here, showing that they can compete in Europe on LAN. And this is just an example of that, how well they're doing right now. And Neo, so close to killing him there, gets so much damage through that window place. And Dennis is going to be taken down to 23 points of HP.
I like that.
It's cool, isn't it? That's a really nice spam.
That was juicy. But it didn't end up being a kill. And Dennis is carrying an AK. He will only require 1 shot to finish off one of these VP players. This round looks to be slower than the previous. Will it be an A execute? Will it be a fake? Who knows? The T's are positioned, and again, we did mention Ali is not always pushed by the T's, and indeed Pasha will find himself a frag there, which will weaken the execute of Mousesports. Maybe that was a position where a nade is thrown, which will no longer exist. We'll have to wait and see what they do. Pushing onto the site now from T-Main and Popdog, 2 for 2. And Neo just about to get an angle, goes blind. Pasha finding another frag. Bali coming in for support. 2 frags for him. Clean round there for Virtus.Pro. Not a single player lost. 6-8 now.
Yeah, as soon as I saw him pick up this dual AWP setup, that's when you kind of knew they were going to get back into this one. The force buy started coming out from Mousesports. I think they kind of accepted that 8 rounds for them was a really good score, and it kind of didn't really need to do that much. We'll see Chris J, like I said before, really, really scary scout player. He can make anything happen with that gun. Like things you wouldn't believe are possible. So he's going to be going towards the inside area. Maybe go up a ramp or even just jump down lower to see what he can make of it.
Indeed. Many a YouTube highlight, but we're not on YouTube now. Can he find any frags to give his team an opening? Those flames will not help him achieve that task. Oh, we've got the Ric Flair coming out, the dirtiest player in the game. He sees a foot and going to take it off. Chris J has left the building, people. Down comes the smoke. There's going to be a Molotov and nade, and he'll combine it with insane spray. But will he find any frags? There's one. Dennis going down. How many bullets does he have left? Not a lot. We might see a push through the smoke here from the teeth. Playing it close. Snacks playing it close himself. Another frag for him. Another clean round for Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, the auto sniper can be so deadly on this map. It's probably one of the best maps for the auto sniper. There's so many positions that are required to be completely smoked off, and with the AWP, you just don't have that spam ability you get with the auto sniper. It's kind of gone out of fashion a little bit. We saw it in like 2013, 2014 to some extent being used quite a lot, but this is the map now. It has a resurgence. You see the auto sniper come into play quite a lot. But there you go. Mousesports winning the T side of D-Train 8-7. A fantastic result for them. Put them completely in the driving seat now. If they manage to get the pistol as well, they are on a very good position to win this map.
Neo 18 for 8. And again, just a good resurgence there. A number of rounds in a row for Virtus.Pro in the mid to late stages of that. Will keep them in a fighting chance. And again, Virtus.Pro considered one of the stronger teams on all the new maps, but basically, not just Train. Yeah. Highly dangerous team. Will Mousesports be prepared for them? Will they be able to weather the storm? Or will they sink like the Titanic? And we will find out soon enough. Pistol round coming out in the second half now. And Mousesports playing it close to connector, close to rotate in either direction. The entire VP team heading towards B bomb site. And the rotation is starting here from the CTs, getting a bit antsy, putting those extra legs in the B bomb site. Virtus.Pro with a lot of grenades.
Yep, they're going to be...
For a pistol round, 3 men with grenades.
They've got that Molotov as well for the post-plant situation as well. Once the smoke goes down, they're going to be in a great position to actually hold off the choke points and stop the CTs from rotating in. And here we go, the execution begins, and the next frag will be very important. The bomb's going to be going down very quickly. Dennis opening things up very nicely. Snacks will be going down, and here we go now. We definitely have a round on our hands.
Indeed, the first pick has gone down, but the bomb is about to go down. So it's going to be advantage VP now. CTs forced to go for the retake here, forced to come down these funnels, these channels. And again, there are 2 mollies here. I don't think Virtus.Pro need to defend the bomb from the site itself. There are 5 players alive for Mousesports. Down goes the first Molotov with Neo holding the angle, but can he take down God B? Bialy will do the trick. And there goes the second Molotov onto the site just in time. But it's not going to work out for Virtus.Pro, or is it? Speedy has a kit and he's going to jump in to make the defuse. Found himself an angle as well. So it was a nice idea from Virtus.Pro, but they could not stop the push from the German players through to their position.
Like I said, they had those Molotovs in hand for that situation when the retake came and they're trying to jump on the bomb, but it was too little too late. The players got taken down, and that could have put Mouse in an incredible position now. They've got the scout on Chris J, we know how important that is, and they've gone for full rifles as well. They're fully expecting the AK by next round. Well, as I say that, they're actually opting for the CZ and Tech 9s here. That's quite surprising. I would have definitely suggested they get the AKs out, but there we go. They've got to opt for the full buy this time.
Yeah, well, maybe Virtus.Pro knows something that we do not. If they do, I think we're about to find out. Again, always keep an eye on the minimap to see if the CTs opt for a push down alley. We may see it more than once. We've seen it once already. But I'm sure the CTs will want to secure their economy before the risk-taking begins, should it begin at all. Spiddy holding the angle there in the connector area. He is blind from the smoke at the moment. But that smoke is not long for this world. Snacks holding the flank there, potential flank from A. And again, Barley doing the same. Snacks with yet more trolling. Doing it on the CT side, now doing it on the T side. Virtus.Pro more or less holding formation for the time being. Mousesports playing passively, playing at the back of the site, using the range advantage they have with these rifles, but it means that they do not have an information advantage. They have no idea what is about to go down.
Yeah, still got a lot of nades in hand for VP here. They've got enough to execute onto the site. Flashbangs raining in now. This is the full execute, and the next frag to be very important. If Speedy gets taken down, they may have an opportunity here.
Indeed, Speedy's going to go all the way back. The last thing he wants to do is give Virtus.Pro one of these guns. Advantage VP. Nades coming in as well. That's 2 men down for Mousesports. Next is close to the smoke. He finds himself a frag. He's running out of bullets, though. Got to be careful. He goes down as well. Bialy finding another frag onto God B. This is a massive execute. Now we've got Chris J to try and maybe no-scope 3 players here. Yet to find a frag. Triangle of Doom is going to come in for Virtus.Pro, and they will take the second round.
Yep, what a ballsy play from them. They're actually going for the full buy instead of saving for the AKs. They knew exactly what they had to do. Smokes down, made that first frag onto Speedy. He seemed to have no idea what was going on. And as soon as he went down, they didn't have enough people into the bomb site to retaliate and get back in there. Really, really strong round for VP there. And that could be their saving grace there. They managed to get back into the game.
Virtus.Pro's executes on the T side of Train, looking super strong at the moment. And who knows if any team is prepared enough for them. We will find out if Mousesports are. They're still a round ahead at the moment. They may not be for long. They've gone for the force buy here with the pistols and armor. Again, neither team wants the opposing force to get any kind of lead. Financial, inventory, score, nothing. We'll keep things tight for both sides. But Virtus.Pro rocking all these stolen counter-terrorist weapons here, plus a Galil and an AK. First frag, however, will go to next with a 5-7 taking down Snacks. Barley gets heavily tagged. Now this is the thing, Virtus.Pro take a man down. They should be going for the bomb plant. Speedy looking for the knife, and he's going to find it. That's money, and that's also a man down and a weapon down. Chris J getting a scout kill. Things looking nasty for Virtus.Pro. The trades may continue to go back and forth here. Passion needs to retreat. He can't make it back in time. He was trying to get in there so Taz could hold the angle, but Dennis will dink them both. They will leave the building, and Mousesports will reclaim their weapons with 3 players.
Wow, so after winning that amazing second round force buy, they actually go and lose the subsequent round after that. They do get the $800 bonus each from that, so they may be able to put a buy together. You can see they might have to do a similar thing here. They've got enough to get a couple of AKs out. Tech9s will be on the 3 other players as well, so they are going to do that. They fancy their chances of this one, but the CTs have got full rifles now, and an AK is on Chris J, and this could be very interesting to see what they can pull out here. We saw them go inside last time, it worked very successfully for them. Will they opt for that again? It worked so well before, but they did have UMPs on the bomb side. This time they have got a full rifle set up.
Indeed, we're back into that situation we mentioned earlier where we continue to trade rounds and the money's short on both teams, but it does make for very exciting play. Virtus.Pro looking to execute once again. Last time they baited the grenades of the CTs very well indeed. And I think twice. I think they baited with some certain timing where the Mousesports thought they were coming in through yet more grenades, but will Mousesports be wiser to it now? There's the first bait. The flash coming in from Virtus.Pro, but no response from Mousesports. They will just wait. Seems they've learned, but again, you can see the line the CTs are holding. They're holding the passive line at the back of the site, playing the range game, maybe expecting an eco, or the unknown, and it will be the unknown. Virtus.Pro rocking 2 AKs here. Oh, that's not a good start.
What was that about? Well, this is what led the Mouse down last time. They didn't have anyone on the site to contend with when all the T's burst into the bomb site. Whether they're going to make the same mistake here and allow them to get on and then drop a frag is yet to be seen, but the execution is becoming any second now from VP.
Okay, so there is the denial of information at the top of B, but the bomb is rotating towards Popdog. It looks like it's going to be an A play with some baiting from 2 players who are making it all the way to connector. It may even turn into a pinch towards A if they can find some frags here. They're forcing the CTs back. Close quarters engagements, but they're not going to go the way of Virtus.Pro with those Tech9s. Still 2 AKs on the board here. The bomb is down. We may see a late flank from Taz, but he's looking the wrong way. All the frags going the way of Mousesport, save for 1. Chris J going down. That is a strong hold for them, which will put them into a 3-round advantage and should put VP into an eco.
Yeah, that was actually really strong from VP there. It looked actually like a really sensible thing to do, getting the smokes down, making it look like it was the same as the second round force buy, but actually got themselves back to outside, and like Mousesports were just too quickly to catch onto it, locked it down, and now we're going to see VP in a very difficult situation, potentially looking down the barrel of 12 rounds in favor of Mousesports on the CT side of D train. As we say that, Pasha opens up onto a huge kill onto Chris J, and if they're going to have any chance here, this is the perfect play for them, wrapping around to the CT spawn area of D train now.
That is a massive start for Virtus.Pro, but in the blink of an eye, with a great pop flash from, I think it was Gotb, 3, now 4 kills come into Virtus.Pro. Taz remaining for all of 2 seconds. He will fall as well, unable to get more damage in with that M4 that he picked up. 4-round lead for Mousesports as the buy comes back for Virtus.Pro.
It's interesting now. We can see Chris J hasn't got a rifle yet, and Dennis is going to buy him the AWP. No AWP for VP whatsoever. So Chris J, like, he can get in positions like he could go in the upper ramp inside, right, and just control that area completely by himself. And I think he may be doing that actually. If he can get up to there, he can get complete information and then allow his teammates to stack outside as a 4-man unit. As I say that, those snacks is going to be making his way out. It looks like a fast execute on the outside bomb site from VP.
All right, Snacks with a very advanced position, but do Mousesports, are they able to identify what they have control of and what they don't? Dennis, the watchtower for the team, will fall. Ooh, next almost with a position to get 2 fast frags. We'll only find 1. Trades coming in for both sides, 2 versus 3 for the T's. Taz evening things up for just half a second. And there it is once again. Now it's Gotb going down, leaving Chris J alone versus Taz, and Taz will find the peek onto Chris J, shoot him straight in the face, pick up the AWP. This is crazy.
Yeah, really, really calm play from Taz there. Made sure he got himself in the advantageous position. He knew as soon as he faced the AWP, then he was going to one-tap him. And this is so back and forth right now. It's so interesting because as soon as the team loses the round, they resets their money, and I think that will be the case for VP. If they actually lose this one, they are in a world of pain because they'll be going into the next round of $1,400 after this complete force buy on the AWP.
Despite winning the round there, Virtus.Pro will still have the worst buy. Mousesports getting full M4s and full nades. That Mac-10 is not going to get the job done. Snacks going in blind. Gotb getting the slight advantage that allows him to take the kill without taking any damage. Fast push coming into the B bomb site now. Again, that standard smoke coming down. That blinds connector just leaves the CTs to spray and pray. Got those counter flashes coming in to stop the T's taking those post-plant positions. Pasha finding the first frag. in the post-plant situation. And next going down, there's still that smoke towards connector. That can mean that the CTs are close, or they could be far. Spiddy on the bomb train now, but who can he find? There's a push through the smoke. Taz, though, not going to find the frag. Spiddy taking him down. Got B falling to Neo. 3 versus 2. Spiddy and Chris J remaining. Chris J coming in with an important flank, but they will not engage his position, and I think he has given up. Spiddy now will do what he can. Oh, he's going to find himself 2 frags, and he's got a kill as well. The Molotov coming in, and that's going to be the end of the round. That Molotov will save the day, the saving grace for Virtus.Pro.
We saw how low VP's money was there. The fact he got those 2 frags at the end, it's going to be really important. The fact that they can save these 2 rifles, convert this next round into a victory. You can see the money isn't great on Mouse here. They have got the 2 rifles to play with. Perhaps could do a force one here. Yeah, what are they going to go bring to the table? They've got 2 M4s, a FAMAS, so they are going to go for the full force now. And it's going to be a very important round. If VP manage to win this one, it's going to force Mousesports onto an eco, and all of a sudden it will be 12-12, and that'll be very interesting.
Right, let's see what we have to offer here. The AWP was lost in the previous round, so Pasha will not be at full capacity. A lack of nades on the VP side here will make it harder for them to execute, which will help Mousesports. As you can see, they're limited as well. 2 FAMASs coming out and next to no nades on most of their players. Dennis will be a key player going forward.
We've seen VP opt for the inside bomb sites, where it's had a lot of success here. It seems like their execution is absolutely fantastic. They seem to get in without any sort of frags being exchanged. It's just Mousesports are playing so deep on the bomb side, they're actually allowing VP to get these picks. And there we go again. Speedy gets taken down, and it's going to leave Dennis in a very difficult situation to actually find anything after the bombs be planted. Whether they'll go for this one is yet to be seen, as I don't see them getting back into it.
I wonder if that was the boost from the back.
It looked like it, to be fair.
Yeah, because Speedy was on top of the train, but never mind. The bomb is down very quickly indeed. 4 versus 4. Yeah, Pasha being taken out by Gobby, by that FAMAS, and Mousesports will not engage. They know what it means. They know the implications of being wiped out in this round. So they will take the conservative option.
This is the problem with playing so far back when you don't have the AWP. It's very difficult to actually make those frags work for you. If they make their way into the inside bomb site and they can get to the bomb train without you actually being there, like unless you have the utility like the HG grenades and the Molotovs will rain onto the bomb site, you're not going to be able to hold them off properly. And that's exactly what happened to Mouse there. They lost that first frag onto Speedy, and they just realized there was no way to get back into that one. It was game over at that point. So I think they made the right decision there. They got themselves 4 rifles saved, and they're going to take a quick pause here now, because they can feel this one kind of slipping away from them, and this is the time they need to assess their options and see what they can do to get back into it.
Indeed, the pause is coming in from Mousesports, presumably a tactical pause. Again, they're in an interesting situation. They have a 1-round lead. They've saved themselves a bit of economy from the previous round of 4 people surviving, I believe. 3 or 4 people surviving.
4 people,
I think 4, indeed, yeah. So the question is, what's going wrong? How can they stop the Virtus plow?
I thought you were going to go further with that. How can they stop the Virtus.Pro? They're losing inside bomb site almost every single time. They seem to, they're not playing close enough here. When we saw Chris J pick up the AWP and go towards the upper ramp there, that's what they need to do again. They need to just keep employing that, get Chris J up on the upper ramp there, facing down, getting the information, not allowing the T's to walk up and hold those positions and go for those sort of boosts we saw that took down Speedy there. That won them a round. That 1 kill won them the whole round. They didn't have to do anything more than that. As soon as they took him down, they know how passively the CTs are playing, made their way in, bomb went down, and that was it. I think this pause is very good for them. Like, this will stop the momentum of VP, and hopefully they can work out what they need to do. This round is going to be very difficult for them. As you can see, Chris J is the man without a gun. Oh no, sorry, who is it? They've actually, they force bought it? Yeah, they have got 5 rifles here. Utility's not going to be fully there. They can see they've got a few smokes on the board, nothing else really to play with, but this is going to be a very important round. I think they'll be on a full eco if they lose this one.
Indeed, so things starting to head towards that wire that we're all familiar with. Again, this is the 3rd map of this best of 3. This is the losers part of the groups. So whoever loses this is going to join some other teams in the sin bin.
What an amazing result this event has been for Mousesports in general, though. I think coming into this one, there was a lot of stigma attached to them, saying they were an online team. They didn't really do that much at LAN events, but for me, they've been sensational so far. The fact that they're looking down a victory of a VP on one of their best maps in the best of 3 series is like sensational for them. They're actually showing they are one of the most formidable forces in Europe.
Indeed, so a number of surprises here at Gfinity. It's been a tournament of upsets so far. Again, Titan having an early buff there, losing to Dignitas a bit earlier. The unpause is coming in for the match, so we should be resuming it shortly. Again, this will be the final game of today's broadcast, going back tomorrow with the final teams and the final matches. So we'll see who'll be the last to join the rest of the teams here. Will it be Virtus.Pro or will it be Mousesports, who still hold a 1-round lead over the Polish side?
Well, here we go then. The unpause comes in, and there's going to be no sniper rifles on either team. We're going to have to see what Mousesports can do to adapt right now, and we can see a full utility buy from VP. They've got 5 smokes, 5 Molotovs here, and that is so scary when the Mousesports haven't actually got that much to play with. They're going to have to play a lot closer, I feel like. They can't allow for the T's to get that close out. They actually are doing that as well. The CT's pushing right up here on the inside bomb side, not allowing VP to do that same trick they've been doing the whole game.
Indeed, and Bayali's gone down already to one of the players. So we have the nade execute coming in. There are flashes going all over the place. There are players waiting in Pop Dog, and it seems it is going to be the A push here. Yet more flashes coming in for Virtus.Pro. Can Mousesports hold here? This is not going to be easy. So many crossfire points have been smoked off, but still, Mousesports, the ones with the advantage at the moment. No players lost. There's going to be the first one, Chris J. Close second one's going to come in. Taz with a third one. This is an insane clutch from him. He's going to find 4 players in a matter of seconds, putting him in another 1 versus 1, this time against Dennis. He seems to have an inkling as to where Dennis is. Is he going to go for the plant? He's going to go for the fake, and Dennis will peek. Dennis will crouch. Dennis will find the frag.
Yeah, very nice play there. Like, I feel like Mousesports actually forced that. The bomb hadn't even gone down yet. They're all running through the smokes, trying to make this exciting for themselves. But the economy now on VP looking very weak indeed. Like, you can see them, they're actually going for the force buy this time. They're not going to have the same economy they've had in the past to play with. They've got 3 smokes and a force buy, a Galil, a Tech 9 here. This is an interesting play from them. If they lose this round, it could be game over for them. We can see the auto sniper now coming up from Chris J, a mix of tactics for him. But as I say that, Speedy has only got the scout to play with. So be interesting to see how this one goes down. VP going towards the inside bomb site again. We know this has worked very well for them. And it's going to be a very fast execute as they take down Speedies on their entrance.
Okay, so Virtus.Pro ready to plant the bomb straight away here. Again, not losing a single player. Mix things up for 1 round, but they're going back to the old faithful now. However, we have the auto sniper on Chris J, but he's yet to find himself a frag. Got B to take down Neo. And Taz wants to come in there with the Tech 9, but he's not going to get the final blat onto next. Pasha with the flank. Could get 2 plays here. There's a spray down. He's going to get both of them. That is going to be massive. But is it a fuse coming in here? I think it is. And he's got a kill as well.
Could be so close.
1 second, then it's just about going to find the defuse. That is a lifesaver for Mousesports. So the quick note, Taz got a 3-man in a previous round. Pasha finding the 4th.
That was really good from Pasha there. Like, really, like, you can see this now. You can see how this unfolded for him. It was a little bit of a questionable spray there, but he managed to pull it off, and he gets the 3rd player here. And you can see the defuse coming in straight away. Had Pasha got his knife out straight away and gone straight to the bomb site, he may have been able to stop that one. But unfortunately for them, they're going to Mousesports take the 14th round now, and it's going to push VP. The fact they got the bomb down is not such a deficit as I thought it would be. But Chris J picking up an early frag there. That's interesting play from him, and he manages to get 2 of them, and that's sensational stuff from him. How has he converted that into 2 frags?
That could be a match-winning play there, disabling the Virtus.Pro train, taking it off the wheel, derailing it, putting it in a ditch. Pasha, Taz, and Bayali remaining. They have the bomb, but they have a numbers disadvantage. They lack real estate. Pasha is in A, creeping around, trying to find some frag to even up the numbers. And it looks like Mousesports are playing for an A retake here, as they are all pretty much over towards the B bomb site. 1 connector, 1 CT spawn. But how long will it take VP to identify this? The bomb plant is beginning. And Mousesports are going to go for the retake from CT spawn, from connector, and from Pop Dog. How can Virtus.Pro possibly hold this? The push coming in. Next going to find a first frag. 2 versus 4 now, as the remaining players set themselves up for a crossfire, leaving only Pasha, and Mousesports will survive, make it to match point with 3 players alive as well.
For me, that was all about Chris J. That really big, brave play, just walking inside of a 5-7. He knew the economy wasn't on his side. Manages to pick up 2 headshots there, and that was the reason they won that round. That was sensational from him, and you can see that's put them right back on track. They're going to have a nice, healthy buy now, and VP, like, all we've seen work for them so far is going into the inside bomb site and getting the bomb down. And to be fair to them, they've got the bomb down almost every single time. It's just Mouse have kind of worked out how to retake that and get back into it. But here we go then. Potentially the final round here. Chris J has picked up the AWP, and it looks like a faster round outside for VP right now.
Virtus.Pro have 2 smoke grenades on new train. This is not going to be great. Chris J's got an AWP. This is going to be hard indeed. You can see they had the peek on top of the box to try and avoid getting hit by Chris J in the chest, but he'll find the frag anyway. VP coming in with 2 frags. Mouse with 2 of their own. Will leave the bomb in the middle of the site. But the flank coming in from Neo may keep Virtus.Pro in this game for now. Connector being smoked off. Spitty has no vision. Shot through the smoke as well. Just down to Dennis, taking down Neo, which means VP know where he is. VP should find the plant, but first they must retrieve the bomb. Dennis coming in with a pop flash there. He's got an angle, but that Molotov is going to force him away from the position, but the bomb still hasn't been retrieved. If he sees Snacks first, then who knows what could happen. Snacks, however, will find the frag through the top of the smoke.
This is such a back and forth game. I love it. Like, both teams digging so deep here to try and keep themselves afloat, and VP, that's exactly what they needed, and that's going to force Mousesports actually onto a full eco here. Thankfully, I think Mousesports have realized if they do a force buy here, it could be the end for them, so they're going to opt for the almost full eco. They could afford to get some chest armor onto Dennis and got B there, but for me, this is a throwaway round. You can see Dennis going straight into the inside side. He's trying to recreate some of that Chris J magic. Will he be able to bring out the same sort of goods that Chris delivered? Oh,
Dennis is blind, but he has support, and Neo has to be careful once that molly disappears. He may be up against 3 CTs. Indeed, he will move to a more passive position next, trying to do what he can, but he only has a USPS. He will go down. 3 players remaining for Mousesports. Dennis only on 5 HP, and he's the one of the armor in the 5-7. No one down yet for Virtus.Pro. Clean round for them. And now things are getting even more interesting.
Well, here we go then. You can see the money isn't great for Mousesports now. Really need to work out how they're going to spread their bets and to allow them to get this one in and close this game out. We've seen them have very poor inside defense so far. I'd like to see them go back to that. Oh, here we go. Chris J is what I'm talking about. Get the AWP on the upper ramp, and it allows them to get that information and potentially the opening frag as well. We know how much VP favoured the inside bomb site.
Miles looking for an individual performance now as Virtus.Pro set up to cause more grenade shenanigans, but Chris J peeking the angle.
Here we go.
How many will he find? There's the first one. Neo going down. Now Virtus.Pro won't know how safe it is to go over towards the B bomb site, but it looks like they're going to bank on Chris J rotating his position after that shot, and they will go straight in towards A, but then come out towards Pop Dog, as Snacks has found himself a frag. Next though, with a flank through the corner of the smoke, could win the round and the match here for his team. Another frag coming in, 2 versus 4 now. Virtus.Pro in a very difficult position indeed. The only thing in their favour is that they have a minute on the clock. These mollies coming in will confirm the position of both players. Next looking for another sneaky frag. So many angles for Virtus.Pro to cover. Taz gonna hear the jump on the bomb site, and they will even it up to 2 versus 2. Chris J on the wrong side of the site. Dennis with an important position leaves it into Taz. 1 versus 1 now, and he'll get the call from his teammate as to where Dennis is. But this is a very limiting position for Taz. He can go for a peek here, but this is going to get a bit crazy for both sides. Dennis has been spotted, and Taz will find the frag. They are 1 round away from taking this to overtime. Let's have a look at the CT economy now. That is a disaster for Mousesports.
This is going overtime. There was a 4-on-2 situation. Like, the mentality VP must have had to keep concentration and make sure they actually won the 4-on-2 is sensational from them. And there's no doubt in my mind this is going to an overtime, unless Mousesports have got something very special up their sleeve. The fact Chris J got that opening frag of the AWP as well, I thought that was the round lockdown. VP somehow getting back into it, and this is such an exciting game. Snacks opening the frag in now. He will take down the scouter, which is Chris J, and now this should be quite an easy clean-up for VP.
Mousesports with 1.5 players over towards the bomb site. We've got rotations in and out of connector. All these nades coming in, all these counter flashes though, will move the numbers over towards the B bomb site. And we've got pushes through the smoke here. The CTs are starting to disappear. Only Neo's gone down. Pasha soon to join him. These 5-7s putting in work. 2 versus 1 now. Spitty with it all to do. They know where he is. He's starting to lose his health. And that's it. 15-15. We are going into overtime. Virtus.Pro with a solid comeback. Actually, well, it wasn't that easy all the way, but it will be brought down to 15-15. So, again, we didn't see the beginning of this because we switched over from the other stage, but who knows what is to come now.
I'm so glad we got to manage to cast this one. We haven't casted VP at all on this stage yet, so it's amazing we get to come in and see this game. This has been one of my favourite to cast so far. We didn't even get to do the whole thing. So it's been such a back and forth affair. Both teams is riding the economy of the other team so hard, and it's there's so many big moments here. The round before that, we saw Chris J walking inside of the 5 second, picking up 2 frags, and then we see a 2-on-4 from VP, saving them the game, a match point. Like, what an amazing series of events here. And the fact we've gone into overtime, I feel like Mousesports will feel a little bit silly for throwing that one away, especially the 4-on-2 situation. They're going to be the ones who felt like they threw that. And VP are going to be really on full charge now, full momentum going in their favour.
Yeah, and again, at Gfinity, it is MR3 10K, which means there are 3 rounds for each half, and the teams start with $10,000 at the beginning of each half. And I feel that now this favours Virtus.Pro because they will continue to start on the T side. We can see the individual play there from Chris J. But
that's the round I was talking about. That's what he had to do to kind of lock down that inside play, and they managed to do that. He got the inside pick, but then Snacks just came out and got one of his own, and then that's when everything started to fall down. And this was the 4-on-2 situation, I believe. This is where they got back into it.
Yeah, next getting sneaky through the corner of the smoke, finding the trade fragger as well.
Yeah, this is it.
That puts Mousesports in a super strong situation, but they could not hold on to it. Just the peeking coming in from the VP side. See the mollies just cancelling out certain sneaky areas, stopping the rotation from Connector with that Molotov there. Taz, if he pushed that position, I think he's probably going down there. Although
this came down to Nex's face. I remember this now. Like, he could have just walked around and like stabbed him there, but he fell for the fake plant, and ultimately that was the reason they lost that round. It came down to a 1-on-1 situation, and again, Taz just top form there, got up in a nice advantageous position up in the heaven there, and it was just a matter of time before he won that for me. Like, Dennis tried his best, but look at the position Taz has on him, takes him down, and that was such a great finish to the game. Really, really exciting stuff.
Indeed. And now the way overtime works, the side finishing on the T side and CT side, they will retain their sides, and I feel like this is advantage Virtus.Pro because they will be able to continue their team momentum, continue their executes, and they'll be given a wad of cash as well. So personally, I favour Virtus.Pro to have a good T half in this MR3 10K. Especially
like emotionally, like I said before, like Mousesports will feel like the ones they threw that away. Like, they got so close to winning, and in fact it was such a last-minute attempt from VP to get back into it. VP were like, we know how passionate they are. They'll be so excited they pulled that one back, and they'll be hungry to show they can finish this one off. Yeah,
but one of the questions is, you saw it took a bit of personality from Chris J with the AWP there to try and get things back into their favour. Now the question is, do they continue with such a play? Because it's a risk for them. And with 10K, he can't buy an AWP every round.
No, but I'd like to see them play more inside, like more aggressively. They've been giving the side to them almost. Like, the one round they did play 2 people up close. That's when they actually managed to lock down that first frag, and then you can fall back. Once you get that initial frag, then you're in a position to fall back to a more passive play. Like, if you allow VP, especially someone as explosive as VP, to fully execute with no real confrontation at all, they're going to win that round every single time. And I think they won majority of their T rounds by just going inside and simply sometimes just getting 1 frag, and then the Mouse couldn't even have a look into it. So I'd like to see Mouse play a bit more closer in the lower area of inside bomb site, but possibly keeping Chris J outside. Like, we saw him go inside a couple of times with the AWP, picking up that first frag, but there's only so many times that's going to work. You can't do that every single time.
Okay, so we are hopefully going to resume with overtime very shortly. Again, it is MR3. Loser of this will be out of the tournament. Actually, we're going to go to a quick break before overtime resumes. I think the teams are just taking a breather, and who can blame them? Things getting a little bit crazy here.
Absolutely, it's a new game essentially going into the next bit. So
we'll go to a break, and we will see you back here in a few minutes.
I'm on it.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
I'm on it.
I'm on it.
I'm on it.
And welcome back. We are about to resume overtime. The players are back. The players are angry. The players want to win.
They're hungry. They're ready for this.
Angry, they're hungry. All the emotions are bubbling. It's an overflow. It's a cauldron of emotions.
It really is. And like we said before, we feel like VP have got the upper hand here, but Mouse have proven they can have a dominating CT side. And they just really do need to find some form there, stop allowing VP to come straight into the bomb side. But yeah, it's going to be a really exciting overtime. I think some explosive stuff's going to be happening. So get ready for a really exciting next 6 rounds there. I wouldn't be surprised if we went to a double overtime, to be honest.
If you are just joining us, we are into the Virtus.Pro Mousesports game, where Mousesports had a few match points here, didn't manage to take it over the edge, losing a 4 versus 2 as well against Virtus.Pro. Taz, cool as a cucumber. Well, one in the fridge. It is kind of hot here in London at the moment. But yeah, it will be overtime 1 coming your way very soon. Virtus.Pro will be continuing on the T side, and Mousesports will be doing their best to hold these insane executes from the Polish side on the CT side.
Well, here we go then. We can see Speed. He's actually going to be the one picking up the AWP for Mousesports. Interestingly, he has been a player that's getting shut down quite a lot in this inside bomb site, so a change of pace for him. Passion will be picking up an AWP of himself, and we can see that the VP aren't actually opting to go near the inside area just yet. It looks like they're going to be doing an outside execute.
Alright, so I actually played Speedy once on Face It.
Wow.
That went to triple overtime. And guess who won? Moving swiftly on. VP on the T side here, just poking, prodding, trying to bait out the grenades from the Mousesports side. And all the smokes have gone for Mousesports, just left with a ton of flashbangs and 1 Molotov. Speedy may use that to try and stop a plant from going down if he can position himself in time. We've got these AWPs looking for an opening frag as the clock continues to tick. You can see Chris J holding down an angle onto Ali there, and he's going to get shot straight in the face there by Pasha. With an assist from a teammate. Got B coming in to try and help as well, but Pasha will find himself another frag. Never mind the executes, the big man is just cutting down the German players one by one.
Like, it's going to be a difficult situation now for Mousesports. They've got to decide whether they can go a push and get a couple of frags on the board. But it looks like all their players are separated here. And next, very clever play from him, picking up 2 frags of his own and makes it free. That's huge stuff from him. Bomb goes down. All of a sudden, the advantage goes towards Mousesports.
And there are 15 seconds on the clock for VP to kill everyone or try and pick up the bomb. The bomb is far away, though. I can't see them making it over there and making it back. Dennis, can he get an important frag? No, he's gonna lose, but Speedy just has to run for his life now. 3 seconds remaining, and what an individual play to allow Mousesports to take the first round.
A lot of people are suggesting Nex is the next world star in CSGO, and he's just done one of the biggest plays in his career so far, taking down 3 VP players in that sort of situation in overtime, like taking the bomb away from them, and there's only 15 seconds as well. Such clever stuff from him. He timed it to perfection, and that's going to keep Mousesports in this. And at a round they looked like they were almost out of.
Indeed. So 16 to 15 in favour of Mousesports, and again it will be Virtus.Pro having to buy the guns once again, although some will survive. 2 CTs over towards B, the remainder towards A for now. And again, Chris J keeping a close eye on the Ali position. I think it's Bayali who was just having a look, making sure there was no push from the CTs, and he will move over towards T main, where there will be 1 player. Actually, no, he's in the apps, I think. And I do believe that Gobby was just pop flashed into T main, and he's seen that nobody is there. Although Popdog is still an unknown. So, Virtus.Pro holding their cards close to their chest at the moment, but how many aces do they have in the hole?
It looks like they're going back to the inside bomb side. We know have they favoured this so much before, but we have got Speedy with the AWP here. It looks like Mouse have learned their lesson. They've got players closer up on the bomb side, and they're starting to rotate already. This is going to be a great execute, and whether they can hold it off will be yet to be seen.
All right, push coming in. Dennis is in a more advanced position than the CTs have been in previous rounds. Snacks will find the kill, and Taz will trying to take down Dennis. Will find Snacks. Team kill coming in. That will give Mouse the man advantage as Speedy comes in for a frag onto Taz. Bayali soon to follow down to the grave there. And the bomb is currently in no man's land. Picks up. Pasha pulling out a nade at the wrong time. And Mousesports with a solid hold. So not going the way we expected. 2 out of 2 for Mousesports.
That was so much better from them. They've obviously learned from their lesson. They learned their lesson from the previous rounds. Speedy there, making sure he got one frag, falling back. The bomb went down in such an awkward position for VP. They had to walk out of the bomb train to get it. And it was a great stuff from Mousesports there. Much better than the normal rounds we saw from them. And it's going to leave VP in a difficult situation here. You can see the Galils are there. They have got an AWP still. But if Mouse can get a 3-0, this would be sensational for them. And they can almost guarantee themselves a winner.
Snax almost with a pick, but he won't get one. Gobby finding Snax through the smoke in return. Good start for Mousesports here, and again, MR3. This is the last round of the first half, and they're putting themselves in a very solid position to take the match in normal time. Sorry, in the first overtime. Everything's slowing down now. Everyone waiting for these smokes to disappear, but the pace will raise once again. Gobby giving Mousesports a 2-man advantage now. Pasha seeking, searching, Neo just creeping through the middle of the site. Chris J going down. Pasha evening things up very quickly. 2 fast frags for the AWP. Now we see a bit of a rotation coming in from Mouse. And there's a flank from Gobby as Pasha finds another frag onto Dennis. Can Gobby get into position fast enough to make an impact on this round? All the VP players with multiple angles to cover. They don't know where these CTs are coming from. Spiddy notices one. Fires off a shot in case of a fast repeat. And Taz will find the flanker and got B. So they may get their last round. The trade's trying to come in here. Spiddy left with 20 HP. He will eventually go down to Virtus.Pro. So 17 to 16. A bit of a... That could have been a 3-0 would have been a disaster for Virtus.Pro. 2-1 is acceptable. They
picked up the first 2 frags then, and all of a sudden, Pasha, out of nowhere, you can see on his screens here, picks up 2 great kills. There's such great game sense. Knew where the mouse would be. Picks up the 3rd frag here, and that was all Pasha. Then Taz picked up another frag after that. But yes, like you said, 3-0 was almost a guaranteed loss here. Mouse will know they can do some really audacious plays there, but 2-1 is going to make them struggle. They're going to have to get around on the T side, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of play they go for here. Whether they go for something very fast, try and get it out there very quickly, or they opt for the slow takes and executions that we saw from VP.
We're looking for a team to make it to 19 rounds here for the W, and again the CTs get to that angle faster than the Ts. Snax showing the benefits of it. An early advantage here for Virtus.Pro will do them very well, but we've seen multiple frags coming in quick succession. There's one frag for Neo. If he pushes, he could find himself another one. There's 2. Trade coming in from Chris J. 2 versus 4. We've seen this again. Chris J finding another frag. Trade from Bayali, leaving Gobby alone. He's going to miss the headshot onto Pasha, and that's going to be important because it means they survive with an extra player. Picking up 2 AWPs as well, Virtus.Pro, as they tie things up here, 17-17.
He actually had 2 players in front of him there. He could have, if he didn't hit all the shots, he potentially could have just one-tapped all of them, but wasn't meant to be for Gobby, and that's going to be the first round in favour of VP, and they're actually opting to do the 2 AWP setups now, and that's going to put them in a very nice position. As we said before, this map works very nicely with 2 ops in their hand of the CTs, and we can see Mousesports again going for a slower approach and potentially doing an outside execute.
Okay, so all to play for both teams. Who has the advantage here? We will soon find out. Orps all over the shop. Neo holding an angle on cobwebs. Never seen those before.
Yeah, they're quite nice.
You like cobwebs?
Yeah, that's good.
You're a weirdo. So Mousesports still in a passive position for now. Just opening the glass there to suggest an execute. But will they execute towards that site? These are smokes for the A site that are being lined up at the moment. We'll see if they come to fruition. Pasha smoking off the alley area, and again, he's a bit paranoid about it, but so are Mousesports. But the Mousesports flank will move to team main. Dennis coming down the ladder with guns blazing. We'll find Neo. Again, 17-17 here. We're looking for one of these teams to take the lead. There is the bomb. That's a good lead for Bayali with 2 frags. Trying to find a 3rd. Finally, a trade coming in there. Pasha going to tag, but not frag. 3 versus 2 now. Advantage Mousesports. Players falling off trains now. Bodies all over the place. Taz cannot hold on the site, leaving Snax in a 1 versus 2. He has a money nade, but will it be money? Dennis down to 23 HP. Snax going to change his position after suggesting where he was. And you can see it's made Mousesports paranoid. They think he's over there, but he's coming from connector. And if he continues with the USP, unbeknownst to him, he can tap both these players down. The USP comes out. Just about didn't see the player there. Will he come around the right side of the site? He's going to run for it. Go for the no-scope there. So unfortunate he didn't keep the pistol out. 18-17, match point for Mousesports.
There we go. They're in this position again. Can they find the form to finish this one off? They're definitely in a strong position now. VP obviously have enough money to get a full buy-in, but as I say that though, Snacks actually is going to get the M4. I thought he was going to have to pistol that one, but here we go. Mousesports, great 2-on-1 clutch at the end, kept their cool, managed to hold Snacks off, and it's going to be a very important round. It goes without saying. If VP can hold this one off, it goes into another overtime. If Mouse can win this one, they win the series.
Right, so is this the last round? Who is going to make it through as the last team for tomorrow? Will it be Mousesports, or will Virtus.Pro extend this match to another overtime? One AWP per side, and neither team can afford to make a mistake here, so they will be intricate, they will be careful. Mousesports looking to execute over towards B-bomb site. We've got counter nades coming in from Virtus.Pro, and they're going to push 2 CTs up to stop this push from the T side. How far will they go? Now it's Mousesports' time to bait the nades from the CT side as they do not budge an inch. One player still lurking towards the alley area at the moment. I believe that is Speedy, and he will keep Pasha entertained for now. So the nades coming out once again for Mousesports. Taz moving into a stronger position. Snack's going to be undetected for now. Not going to find himself a second frag. Pasha taking down Speedy as well. So the CTs have the man advantage for all of a second as Chris J gets to work. Post-plant situation now for the CTs. Having a quick look up the ladder to see what's going on. Pasha going to take down Chris J. And we'll see. Oh, wow. Almost doing a 360. Pasha getting taken down there. And we're in a 1v1 situation now. Bialy, Godby reloading the gun. Cannot get away in time. And it will be overtime too, Henry.
Yeah, we could see that coming. I could just feel it. Mousesports looked like they had nothing really left in the tank. Delivered an inside take. It kind of went almost their way towards the end there. But ultimately, Bialy keeping his cool, defusing that bomb. And we go into overtime too. Whether we'll go in straight away is yet to be seen. But hopefully we will, to keep the action flowing for you.
We know we had a strong hold there from Mousesports on their CT side.
Yeah.
But that advantage is now gone. Everything is reset once again. But this time Virtus.Pro are going to be the ones starting on the CT side as well. So we'll have to see. You know, again, you saw they opted for double AWPs on the CT side when they had the chance, but they're probably not going to want to buy them straight off the bat because again it is MR3 10k. If they lose the first round and lose 2 AWPs, then their money is going to be screwed for the rounds going forward. So that could really break them if they go for that early.
Well, we've seen Pasha do some great work with their WP so far, so I wouldn't be surprised if he took it to begin with. And if they win that first round, they have the opportunity then to pick up 2 and then roll with those. So here we go. And like you said, CT is going to be on the side of VP now. We go into overtime number 2. It looks like we're going to have a slight delay here. So
Pasha and Nex currently both on 31 frags, hitting that 30 bomb there. So you can see the importance of the AWP on the Virtus.Pro side. He's got a lot of frags in the bag, but the frags, generally speaking, are reasonably spread out on the Mousesports side. You can see Speedy with 16, Godby, Dennis up there with 27, and Virtus.Pro as well is a bit of a better average there. But generally speaking, everyone's contributing in their respective roles.
For me, like Taz has been phenomenal in some of the clutch situations. He's been so calm, especially like the 2-on-1 situations of 3-on-1s. He's been doing perfect positioning, really calm shooting there. Like I think we saw 2 or 3 clutches from him, and they were all perfectly played. And he's showing some great form at the moment, like showing the pressure still doesn't get to him, and he's still one of the world's best players. So fair play to him. That was very, very impressive indeed. With the same note, I think Nex has had some phenomenal plays, especially in the overtime there. The first round of overtime when he was locked in CT in the corner there, took down 3 players, bomb went down, manages to secure the round for his team single-handedly. Yeah,
so I think in this kind of situation, sometimes when you see multiple overtimes, you see plays that you didn't even see in normal time come out, and things start to get weirder and weirder. So I think there's a bit of discussion here. You know, the information they can glean from what just went down. If they saw any weaknesses that they can maybe exploit to take them over the edge. If they're going to mix things up as in their approach, both on the CT side and the C side. And again, there's obviously, you have to gauge the risk taking as well. MR3, you know, MR5 maybe you could take some risks, which is 5 rounds per half, and you start with 16k. But MR3, that's pretty tight, man.
Yeah, it can be pretty scary. Like if you lose the first round and you did go for the AWP, you can see your money like crumbling away. And you know, going in that third round, if you lose the second one, you're going to have next to nothing left. It's almost an eco play. So I think MR3 is a lot more exciting. I think it's a lot more tactical as well. The team captains have to be very careful with their calls and what they ask their players to do. And it kind of controls them in a sense as well. They can't do anything too audacious and too out there because they need to keep that money situation in their mind.
Yeah, I know Threat prefers MR5, but I cannot remember exact reasons why, so I won't misquote him on that. But so yeah, again, we're going to be starting shortly. One of the players has just hopped off to the toilet and should be back very soon. So overtime 2 is coming our way. Again, Virtus.Pro, now it's their turn to continue on the CT side. And the thing is, especially about the A side, is that when these pushes come in, an individual play from one player can net 2 or 3 frags. So while you may favor either side in a certain situation, those 2 or 3 frags can just spin around in one team's favour, and who knows what happens.
We've seen it happen so many times now from both teams. Like we saw Pasha when he was in they had a deficit of like 2 frags, or I think it was a 3-on-5 situation. All of a sudden he picks up 3 AWP frags in the space of about 10 seconds, turns the round around completely, and really strong stuff from them. Like it's been such a roller coaster of a game. Like we said, like most games go back and forth, and there's always a change of economy, but this one really has been. It'd be one round going in favour of VP, next one going in terms of Mouse. Both teams resetting the money all the time. It's been really exciting. And the fact we're going to another overtime here does shows how equally level these teams are. And I'll say it again, that Mousesports really are showing they are a top contender in Europe here and showing they are capable of being inside that top 10.
Yeah, this is one of the stronger Mousesports sides we've seen in recent memory. And again, this is with very recent new players. And again, the same for Dignitas as well. Dignitas just signed a new contract with... Well, the players just signed a new contract with the team, Dignitas as well. So congratulations to them, and they're putting in a great performance for their manager and all their supporters and so on.
Yeah,
you know.
some great results here from like the underdog teams. Like Dignitas were my dark horse for this event, and we see them knock out Titan just before this, and that was like a really nice, strong performance for them. Like especially on the last map of Cash, I think they won 16-2. Like that just shows you how much hard work they've been putting into this. Like you can say Titan made mistakes like in a lot of areas, but ultimately Dignitas played phenomenally, and they're showing every event they go to they're getting stronger and stronger. And some great individual plays from AZ, Pimp as well, having some great moments. And yeah, I'm really glad those guys are actually stepping up to the top end of the scene now, and they kind of be contenders for that top 5 perhaps.
Yeah, and you might say that they will be living in the shadow of the Danish counterparts, TSM and so on, who used to be on Dignitas, but you know, maybe it's a good thing TSM aren't here, so they're allowed to shine in their own right, and they're showing again good performances. But tomorrow will be their toughest task, their toughest test. It's going to be they will be in deep waters, so we'll have to see how that goes. But again, guys, we are just waiting. If you're just joining us, we are due to start the second overtime with Virtus.Pro versus Mousesports for the last spot in tomorrow's finals. So again, down to 18 at the moment. It is MR3, 3 rounds per side, starting on 10k.
We're ready to go back in. It looks like the match is ticking away, and we're going back in. Nice feeling, James. We did it. Made it.
Thank you very much. All right. So, speaking of the double AWP thing going on, they're just going to go and buy 3 AWPs straight off the bat.
Nice.
So never mind economy. Virtus.Pro are down to win. They do not lose rounds. It's not part of their MO. And here we go. They're going for a 2-man push on Ali. And there are going to be 2 Ts waiting for them. Unbeknownst to Pasha, there's 1 to his close left. And he may be giving sound cues away. But look at where the bomb is on the radar. The bomb is pretty much stuck in its position at the moment. It cannot go anywhere now.
Oh, Pasha, though, he's going to show his hand too early, get taken down there. That's one of the expensive AWPs taken down. And 2 players, actually, for Mousesports in their favour. It's going to be a 5-on-3 situation, but this round is by no means over. We've seen this turn around so many times for VP.
So we have the 3-man push coming down the alley area. Crossfire from the CTs though. Taz needs to clutch for his team again. There's 1 frag, there's 2 frags. Can he find a 3rd? He's going to run out of bullets just in time, just out of time. Though Spiddy's been left as the only man standing. Snacks has the angle. Nades coming in, he will avoid the flash, and he will find himself the frag. After a monster start from Mousesports, I really think that Pasha probably gave his position away, trying to sneak up there quickly. A monster start from Mousesports. They still managed to lose the round.
I knew that was going to happen as well. As soon as they got those 2 frags, like you just knew that wasn't the end of the round. Like the fact they came out of side alley there, not even checking the left-hand side, and allowing themselves to get a 3-man spray down was it's going to be like, especially their morale, they're going to feel a little bit silly at that stage there. But great work from VP. Like you can never count them out of any round, and sensational stuff from them. And we can see that they have managed to keep one of the AWPs they scraped after losing a couple of them last round.
Again, if they lost that round after buying 3 AWPs, they would be in a nasty, nasty situation. We'll see if the flanks continue here. Neo getting closer and closer to that ladder, but is he going to go up the ladder? There's still 1 player waiting. That's Spiddy. Of course, going to have somebody keeping an eye. As the rest of the team there's always going to be somebody watching the flank, or at least we hope so. Right, so seems that the here are the initial smokes from Mousesports. Gonna go for the boost, see if anybody's standing on a train, anybody's begging for a headshot. There will be nobody just yet. Although Snacks is headed that way, and maybe that smoke is the bait, but Snacks knows better than to go all the way up. Virtus.Pro maybe knowing all the tricks for train in the current meta.
Yeah, they favour the inside bomb side so much, they know what's going on. And it looks like Mouse are just going to try and walk into the inside bomb side now, and I'm not a big fan of this. They haven't really got anything to execute with, and they're going to pick up the first frag for VP. Mouse answer back with one of their own, but Taz now, he's been so good this game. Gets a couple, make it 3, and he's going to lock the Mousesports down. Got to be the last man remaining now, and that is a great round for VP, and that's going to put them 2-0 in this current overtime.
Seems the plow might be activated, and it could be running on NOS. It's the last round of the first half for Virtus.Pro to find their own clean sheet. Mousesports weren't able to do it in the overtime 1. Can Virtus.Pro do it in overtime 2? Taz joining the 30 bomb crew as well.
Yeah, he's been so calm this game. Every situation he's put in, he's just really calm tapping, making sure he gets his job done, and that's just sensational work from him. I'm really pleased he's putting those kind of figures on the scoreboard.
All right, so let's see how things continue here. VP's time to hold the passive angles at the back of the site. There's going to be no challenge from Ali from either team, no push from Virtus.Pro, no lurk from Mousesports. Heading towards a pop dog, it seems. Pasha with a sneaky angle. Could he find himself some carrion? He's going to move away from the angle just before he does. But that Molotov, maybe feeling he didn't have time, will tag a player through a box there. There are 2 players tagged now. Speedy and Chris J susceptible to nades. Bomb going down in the smoke. 2 frags for Mousesports. They may find themselves the last round here, though never count out Virtus.Pro until they are all down. Will Snacks push this corner of the smoke there. Coming in from behind is Dennis. 2 frags for him. And I think we are going to 20-19 here. Yeah. Taz with maybe an insurmountable task. Getting smoked off, forced to go through funnels. Making lots of noise. He's
going to do very well to pull this one off, and Next quickly shuts him down. Neither team able to get the 3-0 in the bag here. Mouse dig deep and manage to get themselves around on the board. Very important one as well. You need to get at least one on the T side, or you're going to put yourself in a very difficult situation going into the CT half. And here we go then. We go into the second half of this overtime. The scores currently stand at 20-19 in favour of VP. Mouse will be going onto the CT side, and we've seen them do some very interesting stuff. They're changing their gameplay almost every single round. We've seen Chris J go inside of the AWP. We've seen Speedy pick up the AWP. Last round we actually saw, sorry, the beginning of this half we saw VP pick up 3 AWPs. So like you said, James, like overtimes you'll see the Hail Mary plays, the surprising stuff coming out from all angles, and it'll be another surprise in store for us, I'm sure, this round.
So you can see Nex and Dennis also with the 30 bombs there. Virtus.Pro presumably just having a discussion as to what madness they want to bring in the second half of overtime 2. They need 22 rounds to take this, otherwise either Mousesports get 22 or we go to overtime number 3. And again, we were mentioning how some individual performances were stringing a number of rounds together. You saw a number of frags together, sorry, to change the way the rounds were going. You saw Taz do it there towards the alley once they lost 2 players. Maybe we'll see it again here. Maybe Mousesports even things up once more. They will start on the CT side. Chris J picking up the AWP. Virtus.Pro opting for 5 AKs for now.
You see double AWP set up for the CT is quite interesting. Speedy's been going inside with the AWP quite a lot. That allows Chris J to potentially go outside here. But we can see VP going to their favoured inside side. And they're going to have 2 AWPs actually waiting for them now. I assumed they would be... oh, is Chris J actually outside there? Sorry. No, it's not. It's going to be Dennis with him. So I thought Chris J had joined the party. Here we go.
Okay, here comes the push. Speedy missing the snap. Dennis, though, will find himself a frag. But again, we should see a fast bomb plant here from Virtus.Pro. Once again, the bomb crossing into the site, but there are already 2 men down. This flank from Dennis is going to completely crush this round. Even got the cheek to go and pick up an AK in the middle of fragging 2 players there. Pasha left in a 1 versus 4. Minutes on the clock here. Smoke splashes coming down. He may be able to pick up the gun. Going to get himself a 1 versus 1, but just too much faffing around with nades, and it will become 20-20.
Yeah, that was a really nice read from Mousesports there. They know that VP favour the inside part of the map so much. But we can see a pause coming in from Mousesports here, which I kind of think must be down to a technical issue. You wouldn't pause after just winning a round, surely.
Yeah, no doubt.
So we'll be interested to see what's going on there. But, oh yeah, there we go. Got TeamSpeak problems. So great hold from them. They're kind of adapting to what VP are doing. VP seem to favour that inside bomb side so much. They got completely shut down there. Only managing to pick up 1 frag themselves. Pasha will pick up the AWP now. And we can see the unpause coming in straight away. So it won't be too much of a pause there. So I think we'll be okay.
Indeed. So 2020 again. One of these two teams needs to win the next 2 rounds, otherwise we are heading over to another overtime.
It's happening.
Not much separating. Not much. You're willing it.
Yeah, I want it. It's great. This has been such an amazing game so far. 40 rounds in, and I don't think this is going to be over for quite a while. I think both teams are very hungry to make this one their own.
Okay, so Pasha picking up the AWP now. Virtus.Pro didn't have an AWP on the first round, but they've got one for the second. Could be a fast approach through team main, but Chris J is going to announce himself through Pasha's eyeballs. No more AWP for Virtus.Pro. He's going to try and advance their position, but we've got Mouse waiting in sneaky corners. Snacks checking the corner, but Dennis holding an off angle. Will find himself the frag. Advantage, Mousesports. More flashes coming in. Neo finds 1 frag. Going to get shot from behind while challenging 2 others. And it's Bayali versus 4. Match point for Mousesports. Is this going the way of Mousesports? They have their second chance here at match point to take the match, or even their third chance now.
It's the third one, yeah. This is the 3rd time they've been a match point. Can they finish this one off? A 3-0 is required. VP's money should be okay. I think they've only opted for a couple of AWPs. As I said, yeah, Pasha's done 2 AWPs in a row, so he's going to be on the CZ. If ever there was a time to finish this one off, Mouse, this is it. This is your final opportunity, I'd say, like of this overtime, and let's see what they can do with it.
Okay, so we've got 3 towards A here, 1 closer connector, and 2 towards B for the CTs. Early frag coming in for Snacks, and they will sit on that for a while. Now we have a 2-man push coming down the alley, and the CTs are nowhere near it. They could get an angle here before the CTs will know anything about it. You can see Chris J, he's the one over towards the alley. And we may see the pinch here coming in from T-Main onto the site. So Chris J not going to see anything. Barley winning the trades there, but Chris J through the smoke, going to find the frag. 2 versus 3. Now it's just down to Snacks versus a trio. He is in the triangle of doom there, as you can see on your mini-map. He spotted 1 player, and he's going to try and use this to his advantage and find out where the rest might be. Taking that play down finally, but there's 1 in connector. And he may be facing the wrong way. In fact, they are going to play it passive there. And we've got 1 rotating round towards T-spawn while Spiddy holds connector. So they want to make sure that they find the most surprising angles. But speaking of surprising angles, Snacks heading towards B. But where is Spiddy going to end up? Is he rotating all the way round to B? I guess he can hang around outside of Pop Dog so he can go to A or B.
Well, this is interesting. The fact he's got into a B bomb side now with no detection whatsoever, he's going to get the bomb down. He's in a great position to clutch this. It's going to be a really exciting round. Obviously, a huge amount on the line.
More flashes coming in. Spiddy even has a taser. Just about missing the AWP shot is Snacks. He knows where 1 is, but where is the other one? There he is. Going to trade a bit of damage there. Snacks not going to be favourable for that. And he's not going to make the frag. Mouse are going to make it 22-20. Virtus.Pro are going to go home after all.
The guys typing GG, and what a GG it was. What an amazing game. And Mousesports coming out victorious, and I'm kind of happy about that. Like, they did so well then. I think they were the ones that threw that away in the main rounds. So it's amazing for them. They're taking out one of the top teams in Europe, and they're really putting themselves on the map of CSGO now.
A tournament full of upsets here at Gfinity Summer Masters. Another behemoth has been taken down. David and Goliath factors coming in there. And again, Virtus.Pro gone, Titan gone now. Lots of surprises here at Gfinity. Yeah,
it's really, really interesting stuff. And I'm so happy for Mouse. Like, so a team that's been an underdog for so long, have so many, such a stigma attached to them, so many accusations of being an online team. They've come to Gfinity and they've stayed in the tournament in the upper bracket throughout. And like, that was such a great performance from them. Like, we knew their train was good. We've seen it online before, but VP, one of the best trained teams in the world, and shutting them down, especially in such an exciting game, like it looked so touch and go which direction it would go in.
Indeed, those T executes from Virtus.Pro look brutal to be on the receiving end of, but somehow Mouse managed to just about weather the storm. Just about. I mean, double overtime here. Things getting a bit crazy. And again, they had match point in normal time, but I think it was like 15-12, 15-13. They had a few opportunity to take it over the line.
It was that moment when they were in a 4-on-2 situation at match point. That was the turning point for me. That's when I knew we were going overtime and it was going to be a long, drawn-out affair. But fair play to Mousesports. They kept their cool. A lot of big plays from VP had to do, like, to keep them in the game. But ultimately, Mouse pulled out all the stops and became the champions of that one. And what a great result for them.
Indeed. So I can't wait to hear their predictions about the matches coming up tomorrow. Which I'm sure will come in the morning. But for now, we're going to head over to the desk with Thorin, Richard Lewis, and Sir Scoots.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm glad we jumped into that. I know we're all kind of tired and we're joking like, oh, no, overtime, I want to go home. But that actually...
I wasn't joking. I'll be honest with you, Scoots. But I was just praying for sweet death, the release.
I mean, old man Taz for a while there was just putting it on his back.
Yeah,
just
thanks, mate.
Look,
not enough.
This has been the problem with Virtus.Pro, this event. You know, players, again, sort of haven't been consistent there, but the player that's really been missing this event, from what we've seen, you know, we've watched little bits in between that map there. Snacks, really not considering him and Bialy were like the thing that gave the Polish team the shot in the arm and were carrying for the longest period of time. Snacks being this far removed from his usual level of performance is really, really strange, and it's told. Now, what I will say is, okay, Mousesports absolutely got my attention now. You know, I thought the first win over Virtus.Pro, fluke result, the Poles hit and miss, probably were underestimating them a little bit. Had time to prepare. They had to dig deep there. Overtime wins. It's got to be said, Gobby is obviously some sort of tactical mastermind because he's had time to prepare. And he's prepared very well. And let's not forget, they did take a map off.
You said you'd eat some humble pie. And
I don't mind doing it. At the end of the day, it's great to see Mousesports back. You know, they're a great organisation in 1.6. The German scene's been absolutely dead. And for the longest time, we thought it was going to be Penta that might fly that flag. Then Penta got decimated. So yeah, I'm impressed with what Mousesports have done. There's still some work to be done. I think they're going to have a tough time tomorrow. I don't think they're going any further in the tournament, but absolutely they deserve the plaudits for a great performance against two top teams.
The thing is, normally when it's this sort of scenario, Virtus.Pro, a team of that caliber, you'd mainly focus on like, oh, Virtus.Pro, and they've thrown it, and they've done things wrong and all the rest of it. But actually, when I watched this tournament, okay, Virtus.Pro, last time we saw them was this tournament. It was the Spring Masters 2, where they made it to the final, and only Fnatic wrecked them, you know, there. But everyone else they were doing well against. So that team seemed like, yeah, it was still an elite level team. This tournament, they haven't been that convincing, actually. They made it a close series, but actually, when I think of how the tournament's gone so far, Mousesports has played 3 best-of-3. One of them, they've crushed Virtus.Pro. Yeah. One of them, they've played Virtus.Pro very close. And then the one that they lost to Envious was Envious having a couple of maps that were just unreal, like the Cobblestone and the Dust 2 one. And other than that, even then, they managed to get some rounds on Cobblestone. Then they had the very good map that they beat Envious on. So I actually think you can put the line, the consistency is in Mousesports, not in Virtus.Pro's underperformance.
Absolutely.
Mousesports repeatedly, map after map after map. It's not even skill. Like, yeah, Nex is playing very well. He's a standout guy. Some of the others have been up and down, like joining him, but they're just doing it tactically. They're really good, actually. In a sense, I'd even compare them to like a European Keed Stars, because when Keed Stars came on the scene, they didn't have some world-beating player that got your attention. You were like, wow, this team plays fundamentally really good Counter-Strike. They know what they're doing. They have an idea about the tactics. They change them up. They've prepared stuff. That's what we always thought Godby could be in this game. Maybe he just didn't have the right lineup before, and obviously now he's kind of like remade a whole new lineup. He's taken part of the Penta players he thinks will work, added them with his old mate Chris J. He's there. Godby himself isn't even playing that great, but everything else is working. They don't even need superstar performances.
Yeah,
they've got Nex and that's it.
He's playing a lot better than what he was when he first sort of came into CSGO. He's clearly made some improvement, but this is what made him so great in 1.6. This is why nobody wanted to play, you know, his teams, because he could always tactically find the way to beat you, and not just came in like Existence with a playbook. He would just read the opponents and just slowly break them down, grind against them, overtime wins. This was a feature of his teams in, 1.6. This is why a lot of people were intrigued to see what he could do if he got some good players around. And I just got to say, Nex, Mousesports need to get him on a life contract. Like, if they lose him, they got problems. But this guy's been absolute god mode. Probably the best rifler in the tournament I've seen, apart from Shocks today.
Well, that's
a ridiculous performance.
That's the thing, though. You were saying, okay, not going to go any further in the tournament. Remember, by coming out of this group in second, they play Nip. And Nip's obviously hasn't been that actually impressive in this tournament. So, I mean, listen, it'll be a different day. I have to give credit to Nip. teams like NiP, you give them a day, you let them go to the playoffs, it's a different story usually. So, okay, they'll still be favored. But if Mousesports come anything like, if they come even 90% like they did today, that'll be their series.
Oh, next can give them a real headache as well, I think. So, you know, they've got another night to sort of rest on it. I mean, look, I'll cheer for an underdog all day over a team like NIP that's been showered with riches, especially a new new in CSGO terms, coming into that elite level, but one with a 1.6 pedigree. So it's always great to see sort of new teams come and be successful, especially with new players. Like this next guy, everyone was talking about being the best player in Germany. That's not praise a lot. You know,
that doesn't mean a lot.
It doesn't mean a lot in CSGO. But actually, what we're realizing is that the best player in Germany just so happens to be an elite level European player. So,
well, let's go ahead and take a look at the brackets and catch everyone up with Group A and Group B and see what we've gotten through so far. Obviously, we're now heading to the semifinals tomorrow. But to give you an idea out of Group A, as you can see, it is Ninjas in Pajamas coming out in first place, and Dignitas taking that second seed. And obviously, standard stuff, first seed will play second seed in the bracket, which we'll also show you. And obviously, on the Group B side, as we know, Mousesports is coming out number 2, and Envious is sitting at top, coming out number 1, which obviously leads us into our schedule and brackets for tomorrow, which, again, you guys already mentioned. It's going to be NiP versus Mousesports, and then Envious versus Dignitas.
Yeah, I mean, I think those matches right there are... You know, you can see 2 clear favourites on paper, but it has been a tournament of upsets. You know, in a lot of ways, Dignitas shouldn't be beaten Titan, I think. You know, they're close, they've been improving, but Titan should have been favourites for that. NiP have struggled, they've had their moments, but, you know, came through. Virtus.Pro going out to Mousesports, they're an underdog that are in there as well. And this is what we said when we came to this tournament. It was wide open. We felt that maybe Envious and Virtus.Pro were the favourites. We also did say NiP need to win a tournament real soon to start justifying the faith they've shown in that lineup. So this is still a really intriguing couple of semi-finals we got there.
And there's also one of the other semi-final that we didn't talk about, the Dignitas Envious one, is a rematch of the DreamHack Tours semi-final, where it was, I think it actually was a 2-0 for Envious, but it was like a close one.
That game,
there was one that went pretty close. So obviously some history there, and that'll be one also where I'm pretty sure if you're Dignitas, you go to those demos and you watch and you see like, oh, will they pick those maps? You know, that'll be a while of interest to see the reuniting of that rivalry tomorrow.
Yeah, well, let's hope for a close game. It'd be really sad, I think, if Dignitas maul Titan to that degree and sort of, you know, set themselves in another high standard, you know, move forward, improve, and then would have just get absolutely wrecked by Envious.
Yeah, that's one of the things. It might sound strange, but if you're the underdog team, obviously you don't owe anyone anything. You did what you could. You've won an underdog match. You've upset someone. But it is always a shame when you upset someone in that half an hour, that 1 hour. You just play incredible CS, but it's way above your level. Then you come to the next day. Yeah. You're not playing anything like that. You play way worse than the team you beat would have, and you don't provide a match. Now listen. It's no skin off your nose, but unfortunately, it kind of spoils the tournament. That's why I always get a bit upset if someone takes out like a Virtus.Pro. If Mouse come flat tomorrow and they get crushed by NiP, you'll have wished it was Virtus.Pro if you're a fan, you know.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll get the bracket ready, so we will show you that. And again, 3 out of the 4 teams are ranked by you. Are you going to do your rankings after this? Or are you going to wait?
I think I'll probably readjust them. So obviously, I have Envious is my number 3 team. I think NiP is my number 5.
4.
Five now, I think.
4.
No, they were 4 before.
No, they're 4 in your last write-up.
Yeah. Okay, so they're number 4 now. And Dignitas is number 8. And Mousesports isn't ranked because they haven't really been to any lands. So, but actually, this sort of performance, I mean, they're already going to be challenging for like a 9th, 10th spot.
Nice.
So they're probably going to be able to get in the rankings. Obviously, if they can go to the final, now we're really talking about immediately establishing. So, because think about another factor I always do in my rankings, I think is significant, is how many best of 3s you win over ranked teams. Well, they've already beaten Titan twice, and now Virtus.Pro. So there you go.
Twice.
Oh, Virtus.Pro twice and Titan once.
Yeah.
So there's 3 they've already got from one event, and they can add more now.
Yeah, crazy stuff. So, final thoughts for today's, you know, what was the big standout for you all day of all the stuff we've watched so far?
Tough call. I mean, you know, there were some bits that were kind of expected. There were some bits that were kind of...
When you smile like that, you make me very nervous, by the way.
Yeah,
I'll get the joke out the way now.
And we're all out of time, folks.
You remember the time at the first Gfinity where he said, like, final thoughts? And I was like, good night.
Oh.
And then I was just trying to be witty, right? You know, but that's all I had left in the tank, and he just went off it. You guys don't know, but as soon as the mic went off, he just went off.
I lost my mind. How dare you leave me hanging like that one word? Yeah, it was ugly.
But okay,
anyway,
keep going, Rich. Keep going.
No, it's good actually. Good night.
We keep it real. Thank you. All right.
No. For me, what stood out is I think we've seen the end of Titan. I think we watched the death of Titan this event. I'd be very amazed if they can limp through to another event with that lineup. I think the fans want changes. I think the players know there needs to be changes. I don't know what they are. Perhaps it's existence moving into a coaching role because we can't figure out what Niak actually does when he's stood behind there. He certainly doesn't tell people how to play. You know, if you're in that booth with the players, you've got to do a hell of a lot more than just give them energy drinks.
I think at half-time what he does is he goes like, okay, if we have to go tomorrow, guys, I've got a flight at 10:30 a.m., 12. Like, you guys just play this out, but I'm going to put like I can get my money back from this once it's refundable, so I'll put the order in now. Yeah, okay. And taxis. Yeah, okay.
So I'll say the stand-up things for me are the death of Titan and the rebirth of Mousesports.
Perfect. Okay. And as for you? Just give me the one word.
It's mainly Mousesports.
I won't yell at you this time.
Yeah, I'm just impressed. Mousesports overall. Like Dignitas, I thought they've actually stolen Dignitas' thunder here. Dignitas impressively got out of the group. You're thinking to yourself, like, okay, if they can get out, I've got it wrong, actually. Yeah, Mousesports didn't even play Titan. Yeah, but anyway, I've totally got the group wrong. It was Cloud9.
I didn't want to correct you,
but anyway,
I know you're tired. I was like, you're too scared.
But Dignitas beating Titan, obviously that's a result where you have to look at that and go, okay, they should have been the story of the tournament. Like, wow, they've taken down one of the teams that previously always got to bracket stage, but really Mousesports is the story here. They've been one of the best teams in the world, a team that was a favorite to win this, and they've beaten them comprehensively over 3 whole maps. So I think that's the main takeaway for me. Mousesports legit at the moment.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Obviously, we're going to be back tomorrow, exact same time, 12 noon here in London. And again, our very first match, NIP versus Mousesports. So set your alarm clocks, or depending on what part of the country you're in, you're already going to be awake, but we'll be back tomorrow. Hope you join us.
I'm on it.
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 I'm on it.